Hey Taurus, how are you? I hope you are doing well. I'm I'm so excited to be doing this video with you guys today. We're going to be going over what to be expecting, what's in store for you for the week of July 1st. I think on Tuesday we're having a Cancer new moon, so I'm really excited because it's my sign. It's going to be in my sun sign. It's going to be hitting my third house, so I'm excited. We're also having eclipse that same day, I believe, which I'm really excited for. But yeah, I'm super stoked for the new energy coming in. I'm honestly so excited for eclipse season. Everyone is like dreading it, but I'm like, no, give it to me. I'm just ready for this new cycle and I just feel so much inner peace, honestly. I'm so stoked. But yes, so Taurus, I almost said Aries. Taurus, this is going to apply to your sun, moon, and rising. Okay? You can check your progressed, your sidereal, or your tropical chart. You can find all of that on astro.com. If this reading resonates with you, I would love it if you could let me know in the comments down below. And like the video, share, subscribe, and hit the bell notification. And if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so at simplepluto.com. Make sure that you're reading the product listings or the description of each listing because that has most, if not all, of the information that you need to know. And if you would like to find me on Twitter or Instagram, you can do so at simplepluto. And I think that's it. So let's go ahead and get started, Taurus. Okay. What is in store for my Taurus babies? Also, by the way, I'm using the Spellcaster's Tarot, and later I'll be using the Spirit Animal Oracle for messages for you guys. I got the Queen of Cups, bitch. Okay, where we are. Oh my god. Okay, Queen of Cups reversed. Alright, so we're feeling a little bit emotionally imbalanced here. Maybe we feel that we don't really know our purpose, or maybe we're dealing with someone who is this Queen of Cups reversed, so it could be a water sign. Maybe they're a little bit jealous of you. Maybe they are upset that you were living out your life's purpose while they're not. We have the Knight of Wands reversed, so someone who's very impulsive, someone who is very disconnected from their life purpose. They don't know what their purpose is. And someone who is kind of like flying around aimlessly is what I'm seeing. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles. So we have a lot of hard work here. And then we have the Seven of Cups. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Magician. And then under that, we have the Page of Cups reversed. Or the Page of Swords reversed, sorry. And then the Lovers reversed. So you could be dealing with a Gemini as well. Okay. So, Queen of Cups reversed is someone who is very emotionally kind of unstable, honestly, emotionally unstable, emotionally tumultuous. They have a lot of stuff going on in their mind. This can also symbolize someone who's very jealous, I think. Someone who's very jealous, someone who lacks a lot of boundaries. Again, this could be you, or it could be someone else that you're dealing with, or just someone in your surrounding environment. So we have that, and then we have with the Knight of Wands reversed, again, someone who feels a little bit aimless, someone who feels that they lack purpose, and it could be that this Queen of Cups, feels that she lacks purpose and feels as though she hasn't found it, and perhaps she is jealous of you because here you are being consistent and building a foundation for yourself, and it's, sturdy, right? Or maybe, this Queen of Cups person feels as though she is working, but it's just not going her way. What I kind of am seeing is just someone staring off. What I'm seeing right now is two people building a house, right? Or like a little fort or something, right? And there's one person who is doing incredibly well. He has all of the tools that he needs. He is just killing it, right? And he's making a lot of progress, and people are, going to admire his work, and they're, doing all of this stuff, right? And then we have someone else on the other side of the road, like right across from each other. It's like a neighborhood or some stuff or something. And this other person, isn't doing that well. And the thing is that they're getting distracted from doing their own work because they're focusing on the progress of someone else. And I think they're getting so emotionally tied up and so emotionally invested in this other person, like being very just envious, honestly. Really jealous and very envious of the progress that the other person is making. But at the same time, it's like, yo, how are you gonna sit here and be jealous when you're not even working for yourself? You're not doing anything. I kind of see it as someone kind of just pointing fingers at the person like they're cheating, or just really kind of like doing something to like try to bring them down so that this person can win. But it's like, yo, like you're not even doing any of the work. You're not doing, you're not. Oh, ew! I had a hangnail and it was bothering me. I'm so sorry to see that. Whatever. Okay. So yeah, there is that sort of jealousy going on with the Queen of Cups, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a woman. It can literally be anyone, any gender. It's not gender specific at all. So I do see that sort of jealousy there. And then we have the Seven of Cups, which is illusion, delusion, confusion, having a lot of options, but it's all very superficial. So I wonder with this Eight of Pentacles, because I do think that many of you are coming through as the Eight of Pentacles, I wonder that with this Eight of Pentacles, you'll be offered a lot of opportunities, but the Seven of Cups usually signifies something that, like I said earlier, it's superficial. It's a superficial sort of opportunity. It's something that would give a very temporary satisfaction, not anything sort of long-lasting. So if you, Cancer, why am I saying Cancer? Oh my God. Maybe you're dealing with a Cancer. I mean, you could be dealing with a water sign. But anyways, Taurus, you could be dealing with, having a lot of opportunities and all of this. But I feel that it's important to be a little bit mindful with the Seven of Cups, because with that, there is a little bit of a fog. I feel like, whoever this is or whatever this is, whether it's a company, a person, whatever it is, they're being a little bit elusive, and they're being a little bit kind of just like, not necessarily skirting around the truth, but they're just not saying all of the truth. They're being honest, but not 100% honest. That's kind of what I see, like, or it could also just be that they're giving you something, but it just seems a little bit too real to be true, a little bit too good to be true. So just be a little bit mindful of that, Taurus. Again, the roles could be reversed, where you're jealous of someone else, jealous of someone else making progress, and jealous of, excuse me, jealous of someone else making progress, and jealous of the opportunities that they are receiving, in which case you need to get yourself together and start working on yourself and work on your own stuff, because if you're just sitting there watching someone else, obviously you're not going to be making any progress, because you're literally just sitting on your butt. So that's just something to be mindful of, okay? And then we have the Magician here, right? So the Magician I always see as a master manifestor. This is someone who literally gets anything that he wants, because he's so good at creating. He's so good at creating the reality that he wishes, that he desires for. And so I think that with the Magician, this is saying that, you have all of the power, you have all of the tools that you need in order to get where you want, in order to live out the reality that you have been dreaming of. Because the Seven of Cups can also just signify to me a lot of dreams, a lot of, wishful thinking, right? But it's not a reality yet. But this is saying to me that you do have the potential. Oops. You do have that potential, and you can make things into tangible things. The thing about the Magician is that he can literally turn the intangible into something tangible. I mean, we see it with the Eight of Pentacles, right? We see this person working hard and, accumulating money and accumulating wealth and building a very strong foundation for himself. And so I think it's important not to get so caught up in your emotions. For some of you, don't get so caught up in the emotions, and I think it's very important for you to acknowledge them, and to, I think, deal with them in a way that's rational. And I'm not saying like rationalize your emotions or try to intellectualize them. That's not what I'm saying. But acknowledge them and ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? And, is this a logical and rational reason for me to feel this way? And what can I do to kind of get out of this emotional balance, get out of this emotional imbalance, right? So you do have all of the power that you need. You have all of the tools that you need. You have all of it. You have everything in order to create a better reality for yourself, Taurus, okay? I would also say to be very clear as to what you want, because I do have the Page of Swords reverse, which usually signifies someone, I kind of see it as a few things. It usually to me signifies someone who overestimates themselves, overestimates their intellect, or overestimates, their rationality. So again, it could be that maybe you think that you're an incredibly rational person and that you're very practical, but the Queen of Cups reverse is telling me that maybe you're not all what you think you are. If that makes sense. I don't think that was proper English. But I think you get what I'm saying. So make sure not to overestimate yourself and to actually acknowledge your emotions. This could also just be someone who isn't setting their intentions very clearly. So this to me is like, you have all the power and you have everything that you need in order to manifest, your dreams and kind of, turn the intangible into tangible, like I said earlier. But I feel that some of you maybe aren't very clear on what your intentions are, or not very clear as to what you want specifically. Like maybe you're just not being specific enough. You're not communicating it effectively. Or maybe it can also be that you're just not communicating your feelings effectively with other people. So that's another thing going on here. And maybe that's why we have the Seven of Cups, which is just an overall fog and confusion over how you really feel. There's just a lot going on, and there's a little bit of like a feeling of being overwhelmed, and maybe that's why you feel so lost, because it's like there's a bird flying in a fog, right? So there's a lack of vision. There's a lack of foresight, I guess you could say. So there's that. And then we have the Devil, which talks about someone who's very stuck, someone who, could be trapped in some sort of addiction or temptation or kind of materialistic desire. So again, I feel like some of you could be like really mentally stagnant right at this time. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that your emotions are completely out of whack. Oh, look. Chariot reverse. So you could be dealing with a Cancer. Some of you really could be dealing with a Cancer. But yeah, this to me, reverse, the Chariot reverse is like someone regressing rather than progressing. So I think this is a time to really check yourself and to really check in with yourself and make sure that you're doing okay, that you're doing good, that everything is like, So that's just something to be mindful of for you, Taurus. So we're going to go ahead into your oracle cards. I'm using the Spirit Animal Oracle. Alright, what messages do we have for Taurus? The Page of Swords reverse can also signify someone who's just like really bitchy. And like they have really sharp words, and they're not very mindful of the words. And the reason why I wanted to bring that up is because at the bottom of the deck I have watch your words. So watch what you're saying to other people, because you do have the power to manifest that shit. So like if you're like saying some some really harsh stuff to people, I would be very mindful of that. Because it will get back to you one way or another. And like I said, you do have the power to manifest that. So it's possible that you really could, manifest some crazy stuff for someone, which isn't good. I really don't like that. Because the Page of Swords is reversed, so like that's irresponsible. Like that's irresponsible speaking. It's irresponsible communication. Oh yeah, you could also be dealing with a Sagittarius. Did I already say that with a Magician? You could be dealing with a Sagittarius, a Gemini, or a Virgo. So, or a Capricorn or a Taurus. Wait, not Capricorn, not Taurus, Capricorn. So sorry. So what do we have? We have a water sign, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Cancer. Those are the potential signs that you can be dealing with, okay? So, what messages does Taurus... Jeez. What messages does Taurus need? Yo, these cards are flying all over the place. Okay. All right, we have 3 cards. We're going to stick to that. All right, so first card, we have Panther Spirit, Reclaim Your Power. So again, we do have that Queen of Cups reversed, and usually the Queen of Cups is incredibly intuitive, but with the card reversed, this tells me that intuition is blocked, and intuition is fuzzy because there's like and like I said, there's a lack of foresight. Everything feels foggy, and that you can't see ahead, and everything is like there's this fog, right, with the bird flying, like I said. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that emotions are completely out of balance. You know, emotions are really just overwhelming. A lot of you could be really feeling just emotionally tumultuous, like there's just like an ocean storm just going on in your hearts, and I need you to get yourself together, which obviously easier said than done, of course. You know, I support you, and, you know, progress takes time. But I do think that with Panther Spirit, reclaiming your power is very important, and reclaim control over yourself, because maybe you cannot control outside circumstances, and, you know, there are just certain things in the world that you cannot control. There are certain things that happen to you that you can't control. They're completely out of your control, and, you know, sometimes it can be very detrimental, and it sucks. However, you do have free will, and you do have the ability to control the way that you react to things. And that's what I mean by, you know, reclaiming your power. Reclaim the way that you react to things. If you're someone who is just kind of complacent and really emotionally volatile energy, and, you know, being very jealous of other people and kind of just letting yourself sit in that energy, and you're kind of just saying to yourself, well, I'm just like this, so I'm not going to change. You know, that's complacency, and that has to be worked on and improved on. So Panther Spirit to me is like reclaim your power, reclaim control over your emotions, reclaim, you know, control over how you react to things. And obviously easier said than done, but it's possible, you know, it's possible. And that's what I'm trying to emphasize here. And then we have Koi Fish Spirit. So this to me kind of resonates a lot with the whole jealousy thing, and with the scenario that I put up about, you know, the 2 people building the forts. You know, there's, and then also with this Magician card here, you know, there is always enough space for 2. There is always enough room for 2. You know, you don't have to sit around being jealous of other people, because success can be shared. There's room for everyone. Everyone can be successful and happy. Excuse me, you know, there's just enough. There's enough for everyone. So try not to get so caught up and like kind of just, you know, being incredibly possessive of material things, I guess you could say, and incredibly just rigid, I guess, is what's coming through. It's just being really rigid on that, you know. Be open to share, and when you're open to share, and when you want to share, and when you're, you know, grateful for having this flow of just like compromise and of sharing and helping each other out, you'll see that you are met with a lot more abundance. So there's that. And then we have Starfish Spirit. You're open to infinite possibility. So I mean, again, once you realize that there is room for everyone, you open yourself to a lot more abundance. You open yourself to a lot more possibilities and a lot more choices and stuff. I mean, we have the 7 of Cups, right? You open yourself to a lot more things that are drawn to you, I guess you could say, or that want to be with you, or, you know, really wonderful opportunities and choices. And I feel like once you realize that everyone can have an opportunity, that everyone can be successful and happy, you know, you open yourself to a lot more abundance, like I said. So there's that, okay? And then at the bottom of the deck, I have Be Generous of Spirit. And maybe you're dealing with a Leo, because we have the Star card, or the Star card. The Lion here. So maybe you're dealing with a Leo. But this tells me, like, just be generous. Don't be so stingy, Taurus. Really, don't be so stingy. Success can be shared with anyone. It could also be that someone else is, you know, showing this energy towards you, and they're jealous of you and all of that. But that's what I have for you, Taurus. I really hope this resonates with you. Let me know if it does, and I'll talk to you next week. Love you. Bye.